All right, guys, I decided to do another live stream and shit. I can't look at the messages right now, so basically I'm working and doing a live stream at the same time. Okay, so anyway, yeah, let's get back to this boxing shit. Like I said, I really ain't been feeling Anthony Joshua's demeanor because, like I said, homeboy need to really consider another career because, like I said, this man don't seem like he all in boxing and shit. So, the other live stream I had to had to take that down because the Facebook page is up. I have that. I have the official video announced in the Facebook page. So I got the Facebook page, then the Twitter is coming. So the Facebook page is pretty much town business. So you can go check it out if you want to. So, but anyway, man, let me talk about Wilder. The hate for Wilder is just amazing. Like I said, to me, everybody been exposed in a situation with Wilder from just everybody. You know, everybody pretty much. Like I said before, I'm trying to figure out how can you hate a man who giving you what you bitch whined and complained about, which was knockouts. He giving you knockouts, but now you still complaining about that. People just finicky. You know what I'm saying? That's what it come down to. People just complain just to be complaining. Like I said, everybody the man didn't fall except for one person. Well, two people he didn't knock out. He say he gonna do this 6 more years, but I say once he go 51-0, I feel like it ain't nothing to prove. And at the end of the day, he not gonna let no fight go to the judges. He gonna knock the dude out. That's pretty much what he trying to do. And he should. And he did a great interview with 7-8. And like I said before, I don't know what it is about people like Deontay Wilder that's proud to be who he is that they fear. Like I said, you don't never hear nobody, you never hear black people complaining about Mexican fighters say, oh, I represent Mexico, I do this for Mexico, and then you born in but you born in Sacramento, but you talked about you do this for Mexico. But if a black person said, hey, I'm doing this for Africa, then people be like, you got everybody and their mama, especially the people who ain't black, saying, oh, you shouldn't be saying that, you American. Like I said to me, like I was saying earlier, really, if you ain't black, you really ain't got no business speaking on Colin Kaepernick. Because like I said, once again, it don't concern you. Like I said, I don't say people of color. I told you, I don't do the hamburger helper hand. I'm not against everybody, but I'm for who I am. I'm for my demographic group. Because like I said, black people's biggest downfall has been including people that they think is their allies and they struggle. But then when they obtain something, they don't look out for black people. They say to hell with black people. And that's the problem with black people. We let too many people use us. Like I done told you, don't come to me for your black card. And you'll be lucky if you get invited to my barbecue. You come to my barbecue, more than likely it's gonna be 98%, that look like me. Because I figure like this. Our biggest problem, we sending out too many invitations, but we ain't getting invitations sent back. We want it, If you remember that album by the OJ's Family Reunion where they had people of all walks of life on there, well, just like what it was, it's an album cover. It's a picture. because the real life picture don't go that way. It don't, and probably won't ever, because like I said, it's just amazing that you get people that find something wrong with Deontay Wilder. You got Teddy Atlas saying that Deontay Wilder has been hand-fed opponents and all that type of shit. That he been what was the terminology he used? He been spoon-fed certain opponents, which ain't true. Now keep in mind, Deontay Wilder tried to fight all those dudes. He wanted to fight Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker declined and chose to fight Anthony Joshua. He was going to fight Alexander Povetkin in the UK, but Alexander Povetkin popped dirty. He been chasing Anthony Joshua for the last 2 years, but Anthony Joshua refuses to fight him. Anthony Joshua is saying he don't even want to talk about Wilder. So what does that say? At the end of the day, I done came to the conclusion that if it's two fights that I think is probably not going to happen, is Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford, which that's unfortunate, and Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. I think that we should all turn the page and move on, because those fights are highly unlikely. They really are. The probability of those fights happening is probably, on a scale of 1 to 10, of Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder happening, I say a 3. Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford, I say maybe I still would probably a 4. I thought maybe a few months ago, maybe 50-50. But now I don't think it's ever going to happen, because based off the fact Bill Wagner said, hey, they don't need Bud Crawford. And like I said, there's no need to do the finger pointing shit, because it's just a lost cause. Because like I said, you're gonna get people that's gonna have an issue with anything you say, no matter what. But like I said before, in the other stream, like I said before, one of the biggest problems I had is with people, you know what I'm saying, people sitting up caping for one person and sitting up there trying to play this act like if you criticize Errol Spence, you going against the grain, which, you know, and the funny part about it is you had PBC doing people dirty. And like I said before, I had to apologize to 7-8 because I shouldn't have even asked 7-8 to apply for press credentials, because he really didn't want to. And then at the end of the day, the main people that should be covering fights is the guys like 7-8. But then, like I say, we supposed to have this oath and this protection for one person. And we supposed to give him a pass for certain fights being made, but certain fights not being made. So like I said, you could save that going against the grain shit, because I'm the wrong dude to try that shit with. I done laid it out on the line several times, way more than other people did. And that's just factual. Like I said, you got a lot of baloney going on in boxing, and it's a shame that you got these hurdles that the fans got to jump through, certain fighters got to jump through to get certain fights made. And like I said, it's a bad look for boxing. And like I said, if you ask me, a lot of these fighters is just selfish. It ain't no way in hell I would let some dude talk me out of taking $3 million for a fight, and then to take $1 million. Because like I said, I ain't trying to hear that shit about the lawsuit. And like I said, why do I gotta be loyal to a dude that had people be like shit and show favoritism towards other media that don't look like me? Hispanic girls, they got 3,000 subs, but they getting credentialed. But you got guys with 60, 70, 80,000 subs, and they not getting credentialed, getting thousands of hits every day. But they not getting credentialed. And then when you do get credentialed, they segregating you like you know, like the civil rights movement. You get in the back of the bus treatment, you know, most of social media getting put upstairs and all that type of shit. And the funny part about it is, we the ones that's making these dudes hot. Because like I said, who listens to Dan Rafael and those dudes with print media? Nobody don't care about them. They outdated. They played out. Nobody don't give a damn about Dan Rafael or Kevin Iola or none of. They listen to us. They get their information from us. They want to hear real opinions. They don't want to hear nobody talking that fake stuff. For real. They want to hear real opinions, and they want to. And like I said before, we the ones that's doing the work. We the ones that's helping sell the fights. And then, like I keep saying before, why we showing loyalty and forming a pack to a dude that ain't showed to, or people to an organization that ain't showed loyalty to us? But then you had people that was protecting this dude like he was the dude with the Matrix, protecting him like he was God Almighty. Because like I said, I held a lot of shit in. And like I said, I had a lot of these fucking morons coming at me sideways and shit. It wasn't nothing but straight hypocrisy. You got to do it, and don't get me wrong. I done had, don't get me wrong, I done had quite a few issues with Bob Arum and Top Rank. Quite a few. But what I didn't understand was that, once again, the inconsistent blackness when it came to Al Heyman, or should I say, or PBC, whoever the fuck running it, versus Bob Arum. People had this notion that if you talked about Al Heyman or PBC, you was some kind of coon. But then they had people in their organization that was treating black people like shit, but then they don't want you to talk about it and trying to make it look like you going against the grain. People talking all this shit about Bob Arum, but then, like I said, you had Errol Spence align himself with a flat-out white supremacist Jerry Jones, who told black players that they gonna stand up, basically said they gonna stand up for the national anthem or else. But nobody wanted to talk about that. They wanted to just finger point, and they just wanted to finger point and put this all on Bud. And then try to play the black community up against each other. And then they was mad at me because I was trying to defuse it. But I got criticized. I had people coming on here fucking with me and shit. Because I was trying to do the right thing by trying to tell people don't get sucked into that shit. Kept saying that. And I told y'all don't get sucked into that stupid shit. But some people fell for it. But now all of a sudden, look what happened a few months later. Now all of a sudden, it's all good. It's all good to say something about, it's all good to say, stuff about the PBC. Now you can say stuff about Al Heyman. Now people want to lead brigades against Al Heyman and shit. But I was the main one saying, hey man, I don't like this stuff. It ain't cool. Because like I said, first of all, I want to give 7-8 props. Because let me tell you something. This is why I respect 7-8 so much. Because when 7-8 got into it with Top Rank, and I was covering fights. Everybody knows I'm part of the LDBC. Everybody knows I was there. 7-8 never said, hey Town, man, Top Rank, don't fuck with me. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't fuck with them. Never forced me to choose. Never forced me to choose. Ever. Told me to do my thing. Had the full support of the LDBC. But then here's the thing, like I said, but this dude 7-8 applied for several fights, several media credentials. He applied for like 4 or 5 media credentials, and only got one media credential. Only gave him one credential. He had the numbers, had the views, but like I said, they kept denying him. But then we sitting up there focusing just on what Top Rank was doing. But then you had the other people doing the same exact shit, but you ain't supposed to say that. So you tell me who's exercising the real coonery. Answer that question. I just want somebody to answer that question. Who was the real coons in this situation? So that's all I'm saying. And I ain't talking about nobody. But at the end of the day, let's just keep it 100. Let's just keep it 100. Months ago, it was Cardinal Sin to talk about to say anything about the PBC. They've been doing this shit for years. Now all of a sudden, let's lead a charge. They've been doing it. Like I'm telling y'all, and I was trying to tell y'all, they've been doing this shit. And like I said, they froze out certain fighters. Because like I keep saying, it ain't no excuse. But like I said, Wilder versus Fury somehow, some way could get made. But the other fight that we want to see can't get made. Because it's about dominance of belts and shit. And it's about retaliation. So you want to cheat the fans out of great fights. And you want to try to pull that, oh, you got to like, you know what I'm saying? One thing about me, I'm a street dude. There used to be this thing where you be on the turf and shit. They used to have this thing like, let's just say 2 guys that was on the turf, or 2 different groups, was trapping, slinging. Let's just say you had this group of dudes on one side of the street, the other side of the street, and this other crew on the opposite side of the street. And basically you fighting for the money. The dope fiends we used to call them knocks back in the day. So you would have some dudes that would sit up there and say, hey man, you can't shortstop and all this shit. Or they'll try to say, well, you can post on the block, but you gotta buy your shit from us. Now, sometimes that would work to keep the peace, but then sometimes you would have a dude that would try to play you, try to like short you on a gram or something, or just give you a bad supply. That's basically what you got going on here, and you got people thinking like that. Oh well, if you ain't with this dude, then fights shouldn't get made. Why should it fucking matter what promotional company a dude with? Al Heyman is a businessman. Ask yourself this question. I'm pretty sure he's well aware of the Colin Kaepernick situation. Everybody knows about that situation. But did he give a damn about Errol Spence fighting in Cowboy Stadium? No, because it was about his bottom line. It was about his money. But like I said, none of you niggas said anything about that. You motherfuckers kept your mouth shut, and y'all motherfuckers kept your enter button when you wanted to put a comment. Nobody said nothing about that. Think about it, y'all. But you had people sitting up here leading the charge against another dude. The whole shit was fake from the gate. Like I said before, yeah. Top rank, top rank did 7-8 dirty, but so did the other guys. So did the ones that ran by a black dude. And like I said, when you go to those damn events, like I said, they don't have no respect for you anyway. But I'm supposed to be on code. I'm supposed to be on code. I'm supposed to follow a code. But when is they gonna follow a code? I'm just keeping it 100. Look what didn't happen with Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr. for years. He can't get Tank. He can't get Leo Santa Cruz. Can't get none of those dudes. Because once again, what's going on with Leo Santa Cruz, they don't want to see Leo Santa Cruz get, look, Gary Russell Jr. and Tank will beat Leo Santa Cruz the fuck up. They both stop him. But once again, you got the PBC protecting a Mexican dude from a black dude. I'm just keeping it 100. Y'all want to hear some real live shit? Like I said right now, I'm giving y'all this information because I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with letting the truth out. Like I said, for months, motherfuckers was acting shitty towards me like I was the problem. And for real, all I tried to do is keep the peace. I did a lot of work behind the scenes trying to squash beefs and all that type of shit. And then you had motherfuckers like calling other people, asking them about me and all that type of shit. And then the funny thing is, people think they was playing me, but I was just checking their temperature from the gate. Nobody plays me. I always check somebody's temperature, and I always had an upper hand. See, what you do is you see how loyal a person is, and you see what time it is. You let people dig their own ditch. That's what you do. You let people dig their own ditch. You tell them a little bit of this, you tell them a little bit of that, and you see if they're gonna go back and tell what you said. Because one thing about me, I know a lot of people's business. I know a lot of people's business. And I don't believe in putting people's business out there. Because when somebody tell me something, they trusted me not to tell, you know what I'm saying, they business. Because one, people got businesses at stake, they got families at stake, and I refuse to do that to somebody. But yeah, I knew, like I told y'all from the gate, I knew more than what I was saying. I knew about a lot of shit. So now it comes out, you know, it comes out like a little bit later about what's up with homegirl, you know, the lady at PBC. All I'm gonna say about that lady, about Swanson, she ain't cool. Whether you think she didn't like have me scratching my head. She done came at me on a disrespectful level several times. But people, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you right now, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. And like I said, at the end of the day, you got to question the people that brought her in and deal with her. Because at the end of the day, the fighters are still the clients. And trust me, it's fighters that don't like her. I done talked to people that don't like her. But I can tell you right now, she ain't going nowhere. So, that's all I got to say. I'm out.